So in November of 2022, I had headaches daily. I'd wake up in the morning, I'd have a headache all day long, go to bed, I had a headache, and I didn't really understand why and what the problem was. So I even tried taking Tylenol and aspirin to see if that would help take the edge off, and it didn't even touch the pain that I was dealing with. So after 2 weeks, I ended up going to the emergency room hospital, and I was in there for about 8 hours, and they gave me a migraine cocktail, and that gave me relief. But the next morning I woke up and I still had the pain, and it was 10 times worse. It turned out that I had a CSF leak, which is where your spinal cord fluid leaks out of your spinal canal, and causes low pressure or high pressure to your brain.
Tons and tons of testing, a week worth of testing, and he had all the symptoms of a spinal fluid leak, but no doctor could find where the spinal fluid leak was. He couldn't even get out of bed. He couldn't do things with us that we would do as a family. If he could get up, it was for a really short time. So a lot of times me and the girls would be going to do something and Evan would stay home because he couldn't be upright for more than 20 minutes. We needed answers. Like, we felt like we were at a dead-end road, that Evan would have to live this way for the rest of his life. And so then when we went for the second blood patch at U of M, where the doctor told us, this is the last time that I can treat you here. We don't have the capability here to treat you if this does not work. We clung to God more than we ever have in our lives. And the people, we just never have felt so much love before. You hear the stories where you have nothing left to do or nothing left to hang on to, so you have to just give it to God. And he definitely meets you where you're at. And even though you might not feel it in the moment, I feel like when you're able to look back on these types of testimonies, you definitely know that he had your hand the entire way.
Pastor Doug was preaching the number of man is 6 and the number of God is 7, and how 7 is just like a prophetic God number. So after that second part of Doug preaching on the number of man and the number of God, and then we had the praise in the park, I was in a lot of pain, and my wife Melissa's like, we gotta go. I feel the Spirit tugging us to go, and just try as much as you can to be there as long as you can. And we ended up staying for the whole thing, and then at the end, Pastor Doug called for healing power and prayer, and people put their hands on me and pray over me, and I felt something different inside, but I didn't get any pain relief from that. So after that, I still went home, and I was like, oh man, after I just had this healing prayer over me twice now, and I still have no relief. That was on a Sunday, and at Monday, probably about 3-4 a.m., I woke up the day after, and I had no pressure. The pressure in my brain that was always there, dragging me down, pulling me down to stay laying flat, was just completely gone. And I woke my wife up, and I said, honey, I have no pain anymore, and I couldn't believe it. And it was literally on the 7th day from the day that Pastor Doug had preached on the number of man and the number of God, and that just was even more of a answer of prayer of how God works and the power of healing through people and prayer, and just the miracle power that he has. And ever since then, I have been pain-free from the pressure. I was able to be a part of my family again, which was a big tug. It was a tough time, but like God's miracle power through the things that have happened and the way that we dug into him, God just showed up and said, okay, this is the day that he made for you.
I learned how to really give it all to God, I guess, and we both did. We say we lay it down, we pick it up, we lay it down, we pick it up, but this was something that we truly had to surrender to him, because there was absolutely nothing that we could do left to fix this. It was all in his hands.
My name is Evan Kleyn.
My name is Melissa Kleyn, and
This is our story.